Good morning, students of Sydney Tech. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming you back to Sydney Technical High School for resumption of face-to-face teaching and learning. And I'm sure, like us, you're really relieved. I hope you appreciated online learning version 2.0. And I know that we can take what we learned this time around to embed and improve practice at Tech. I hope you've enjoyed some of the freedoms offered from last week. It's like going out to see family and friends and enjoying a meal in a restaurant and even having your hair cut. The staff miss you dearly, and I'm sure that you've missed them and you miss each other. And I'm sure you're hanging to get back to site. Let me tell you that teachers have been working very hard in planning and preparing for face-to-face. They've been rolling their sleeves up, getting vaccinated in readiness for your return. It really is very amazing because I've been going into Tech during lockdown. Just the uplifting feel that you get from attending school to return to a world of normality. It's great for your well-being. You feel much better. Just want to talk to you briefly about some of the works at Tech while you've been gone. I can tell you that the aircon units for the Cooler Classroom project is under full steam. And the refurbishment of the canteen is almost complete, and you'll be quite surprised in what's in store for you. So I'll let you see that on Monday. As you may expect, when you return, it's not going to be like term one. The Department of Education have now a level system. So if you can imagine, there are 4 levels, and level 1 was term 1, and what we call a normal school. What we have currently now in lockdown learning or learning online is level 4. On Monday, the 25th of October, next week, we return at level 3+. I will release to you a document that shows you the levels, but again, that's been changing a bit as well, and I'll talk to you a bit later on about that. We need to adhere to the levels to ensure that we follow the policy from the Department of Education and New South Wales Health, and that keeps our community, teachers, staff members, and yourself really safe. What I can say to you is that yesterday I sent to you an email, and in that talks to you in depth about what I'm going to talk to you about now. So first of all, let's talk about safety for the community at Tech. Firstly, and it doesn't really need me to talk a lot about it, is if you've got flu-like symptoms, just like at any time, please stay home, please get tested and contact the school, let us know. If you are a confirmed case, or there is in your house a confirmed case of COVID, you must immediately stay home and report that to the school and follow health advice, and of course, return with a medical certificate. If you're not sure, please talk to your doctor about that and let the school know. Face masks, and this is a part where, again, it's quite sliding. There's a sliding rule there. So just as of last week, it was face masks at school, both indoors and outdoors. Now I can tell you that face masks must be worn indoors only. So when you're outside in the playground, you don't need a mask, and that's for staff and for students. We want you to continue to adhere to the COVID safe procedures, such as social distancing, stop hugging each other, keep your distance. It's 4 square meters or 1.5 between students, as much as you can. We want you to adhere to the hygiene etiquette. When you're coughing and sneezing, all those sorts of things, that you do that into your elbow so you don't spread anything. One little thing that we're changing this year is that we're encouraging the use of sanitizers and disinfectant wipes at the beginning and at the end of every lesson. We want you to wipe and clean the desk at the beginning. We want you to wipe and clean the desk at the end. Now, the department have given us a whole range of these cleaning products and their regulation standards, and ready for you to use. I know that today we've communicated with teachers, and they're all getting packs to bring to class. Let us know, let your teachers know if there isn't those wipes available. Further about keeping safe is that year groups are encouraged to remain together, and we're going to talk to you a bit down the track about this, about in the playground. Just like last year, we want you to stay in your playground areas with your cohort. This is going to reduce mingling and reduce the spread, or any possible spread. Last thing on this one here is that I'm going to tell you that read roll call is going to be incorporated into period 1. So you head into your period 1 class. The reason for that is we're going to reduce 900 kids and teachers moving around the school for really something that we can condense and remove or reduce one movement. Vitally important. We'll tell you at muster on Monday. Entering and exiting the school. Again, very similar to last year, there are specified gates, so just listen very carefully. Again, it's on the document. If you missed this part, year 7 and 8, please enter and exit the school via Botany Street. Ethel Street down the back of the school is for year 9, 10 and 11. And the front of the school, Forest Road gate, or the oval gate, is only to be used by year 12. Now, critically important that we keep our year 12 safe. As we know, they're going into the HSC examinations. We want just people to stay away from year 12 in the best possible way with the most respect, please. I want to talk to you about Anderson Street Gates. That's out of bounds. As I said to you before, about the air conditioning works and all those things about the canteen refurb, that is closed at this stage. Please do not enter or exit through Anderson Street. That's out of bounds until further notice. Parents, if your parents are dropping you or picking you up, not a problem. Just like last year, down the back of Ethel Street. We know that there's going to be more parents this year. We encourage parents, let your parents know to park down the road. Okay, plenty of parking down there, and all you need to do is just walk further down the hill. We don't want parents on site. They're not allowed. I'm sorry, parents. And we want congregating of parents and groups to stop at this stage at level 3+. Please adhere to those things. I know that you'll assist us in that, and just for a short amount of time until we change levels and these things change. At recess and lunchtime, I spoke to you before. Please, boys, adhere to social distancing and the other COVID measures. You know, obviously play your games, etc., but try to keep to the 4 square meter rule. Year 7, we want you in the quad for recess and lunchtime. Year 8, your area is the Anderson Street courts. Year 9, we want you in the top basketball courts. Year 10, you have the lower basketball courts, and year 11, you have the bottom oval. Now, wet weather, staff are saying La Nina is going to strike this year. So in anticipation of that, if it's raining before school, please go to, when the bell goes, please at 8:45, go to period 1, okay? If it continues to rain between periods 1 and 2, students will proceed directly to period 2, and there'll be no mustering. And I'll talk to you about mustering in just a moment. Now in the library, it's a small space. So we've got for you a roster of who can access the library. Different year groups are going there on different days at different times. So please have a look at that. I'm not going to go through it here with you. I'll let you read that yourself. Year 12 are allowed to be in the top level at all times, the mezzanine level, so they can do their HSC preparation. Okay, so please, juniors, don't go up to where the year 12s will be studying. We'll give them some peace and quiet, and also some distancing so they can do what they need to do before the HSC, and I'm sure that you agree with that. Students, while you're in the library, please remain seated at tables. The soft seating areas and seminar rooms are going to be closed. There won't be any board games, etc. So basically in there, you'll be doing studying. Sport, rec, and PE, what's going to happen there? So for year 7 and to year 11 students, we're going to allow you to be dismissed on Wednesdays so you can continue at home with Wellbeing Wednesday activities. Now that's a structured support mechanism for you to do that. The rationale behind that is that the parameters that the department have put on the school, we cannot run sport effectively with mingling with the areas in the school. So we're going to allow you to go home. Now we're going to allow parents, if you can tell the parents that we note as well, there's an opt-out policy there. If parents don't want you to go home for sport on Wednesdays, that they need to provide an email to the school letting us know that, and you will be remaining at school if that's you, and we'll provide supervision till the end of the school day on Wednesday, which is 2:25. At this stage, change rooms, adhering to policy again, are temporarily closed. So basically, students may wear your sport uniform all day on the days when you have timetabled PD, health, PE. Canteen. For food, please bring your own food. until we reevaluate in November. It's quite tricky at this stage with lining up and so forth. So at this stage, operations, talking about the school operations, again, please no canteen until November. We'll let you know when we're allowed to do that. Again, when canteen does open in November, we'll let you know. But again, mask wearing protocols and social distancing will apply. Now, briefly about movement between bells. Really, really important to you listen to this, that students, when you're walking and transitioning between periods, there's a muster. I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. But last year we had yellow tape and that marked out the corridor. Now that didn't work very well. We're just going to say to you, just like when you're driving a car, to stay to your left. Okay, we know that sometimes the corridors are a bit tight. Stay to your left so that we don't have, intermingling, and we're going to allow as much distance as possible. Just like last year, there's going to be 2 bells rung to signal the start and the finish of the day. Breaks and transitions between the periods are going to be staggered for an entry and exit. Now, students on the ground floor, just like last year, will be allowed to exit on the first bell, and the top floor will move on the second bell. So bottom floor on the first bell, the second floor, the top floor. Let me start again. Students on the ground floor will move to the first bell. Students on the first floor will move on the second bell. And again, this is to reduce congestion. Now there's going to be a muster, just like last year, until we drop to the lower levels, level 2. Senior executive and myself will be mustering you in the quad. Just like last year, we're going to put those signs up to tell you where you're going to be. Overflow is going to be for the senior years on the oval. It's going to occur before school, between period 1 and 2, after recess, and after lunch, just like last year. And we're going to get you to class in a really, really staggered and safe fashion. I'm really sorry about that. I know that is a big cause of concern and time, but that's the best way we can get you into class. Okay, so please bear with us until we shift levels. Classroom ventilations, you would have heard a lot about this on the news and all those sorts of things, but we're going to let you know that teachers are going to have windows and doors open every lesson. If our ceiling fans, they're going to be switched on as well, just to ensure there's airflow. Luckily at Tech, we've had a check. Things are looking really, really good for that check. And it looks like the ventilation wouldn't be a problem at all. Just to remind teachers, if the windows and doors aren't open, just to do so. Okay, it might be cold. Wear something warm for the day if it is a cold day, but we need rooms with ventilation going on. Now on Friday with assemblies, again, we're not allowed to have an assembly as such. So you need to listen for announcements. They will be at this stage year meetings with the year advisors. So we're going to stay in cohorts, just like for where you go out to play in the playground. Year 7 in the quad, year 8 Anderson Street courts, year 9 top basketball courts, year 10 lower basketball courts, year 11 bottom oval. These will occur until further notice, and we'll stop cohorts from mixing. I know I've gone through a lot today. I'd like you to refer to the note I sent to you yesterday. Both yourself and your parents would have received this for clarification. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on Monday. It's the end of the assembly today. Thanks for listening. Please, any queries, forward those to school. Otherwise, I will see you on behalf of the staff. Welcome you back to Tech on Monday, the 25th. 3 sleeps to go. Have a lovely weekend, and bye for now. We'll see you then.